Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to day 5 of CARWYN CELLARS Can Vent Box. Today, we finally have a dark beer. Woo-hoo-hoo. So it's just a low ABV stout at 7%. I mean, low ABV. 7's not really low, but for a stout, like when you're used to Imperials. So 7%, it's called Anything But Plain. It's a stout with vanilla beans, which is right down my alley. Vanilla is actually my favourite, like, adjunct in stouts. And it's by Slow Lane Brewing, and they're out of Botany in Sydney. So, looking forward to this one. I've got my can vent glass. See if it's got any sort of interesting details on the back. It says, why does vanilla get such a bad rap? I wouldn't have thought that at all. We think it's anything but plain and ordinary. For anything but plain, we loaded up our favourite stout recipe with the budget-breaking amount of Madagascan vanilla beans, brewed specially for the 2024 CARWYN CELLARS Can Vent calendar. Yeah, Madagascan vanilla is definitely where it's at. In Australia, a lot of breweries use Tahitian vanilla just because it's a bit more readily available being nearby and it's not quite as expensive. But yeah, Madagascan, it's definitely where it's at. Anyway, let's pour it, get into it. I already sort of poured a bit earlier just for the photo, so it's only going to be about a 2/3 of a glass. Yeah, it's quite warm outside, and I'm still having the ongoing bank card issues. So it's been a bit of a nightmare of a week off, to be honest. This has sort of kept me going. Doing these beers every day has been fun, but just the headache of bank stuff, it's so annoying. You can't even access your own cash. So in the glass, it's like jet black. The head's dissipated pretty quickly, but yeah, about one finger. I'd say it looks like a fairly light body, like low end medium. And carbonation's pretty light. It's just got that look about like a nice sort of low ABV stout. And these guys are good. I know that this is going to be a tasty beer. Let's hope the vanilla is real strong. Ooh. So yeah, you're getting like sweet vanilla, but quite a bit of roast as well. It's got some good balance to it on the aroma. Vanilla just goes so well with like chocolate and caramel and coffee. So it's like a dark chocolate and coffee. Cheers, Daniel. But yeah, with the sweet vanilla, it sort of gives you the impression it's like a milky chocolate. It's a bit lighter on the caramel. It's more roasty. Maybe a little touch of dark fruit. Might be a stretch, but these guys are the types that, yeah, when they do like a good sort of roasty stout, you'd get like complex characters. There might be a touch of like a biscuity note as well. Smells really good. I wish it was imperial, to be honest. Like my favorite style of beer would be like a barrel aged imperial stout with vanilla added. That's like my jam. That's why I'd love to get hold of the new Bourbon County variant because there's a vanilla rye one, and like I love rye. I love that sort of spice and that like minty sort of. I just know that I'd love that beer. Such a shame we don't get them since the pandemic. But yeah, it smells really good. The vanilla's definitely prominent. They haven't skimped on it, that's for sure. And yeah, like I just love that roastiness, richness on the nose. Anyway, I'm going in. Time to get this day started. Cheers, boys and girls. It's like silky smooth, like velvety. Oh, that vanilla's really nice. It reminds me, I don't know if you guys get them internationally, but in Australia we have a little chocolate bar called a Milky Bar. And that's sort of what it reminds me of. Just that like chocolate caramel vanilla combination. Mmm, it's really nice. And being 7% too, like obviously it's probably not one that yeah you'd have and think, oh yeah, it's too much, I can't have another, but it's also not one that you'd be able to session. It's sort of that in between. I could see myself maybe having like one other one after this. It's that type of stout you'd probably have like on a weeknight, like say a cold night. You want a nice stout, but you're like working the next day. You don't want it to be too big and like boozy. So yeah, you sort of finish on something like this in front of the fire. And just having that like touch like that vanilla, it just gives it that sort of like slightly desserty, decadent vibe. Like one thing that would have made it, it definitely would have elevated it as like a slightly better beer, is more body. But because the ABV is only 7, it's about what I expected. They generally have lighter bodies, like stouts like this. But yeah, Slow Lane, if you ever happen to watch this back, or someone that knows them does, get them to do an imperial stout with vanilla. I've got a feeling it would be absolutely amazing, especially if it was barrel aged. You guys would do a really good job. I've had some barrel aged stuff from them, and ooh, when I went to Sydney for a beer trip, yeah, Slow Lane was like one of the first places I wanted to go. And yeah, when I went there, just like really good people, real laid back. It's like got that touch of elegance to it. They've got all the barrels and it looks really nice, like it's laid out well. Yeah, and they've just got so many different styles of beer. It's definitely like a yeah, if you're a craft beer lover and you like a lot of styles, it's a bit of a sort of it's like a heaven to visit. But yeah, cool name. I can't believe people think that vanilla's like. I mean, I guess vanilla's plain. Yeah, the whole saying and that. I didn't even think of that. I'm thinking just in beer, but yeah, now it's all coming together. Come on, Sammy, you should have been onto that straight away. I heard this song on the radio the other day. It's like vanilla, vanilla. It's actually pretty good. It's had that sort of indie rock vibe. It wasn't on commercial radio, that's for sure. on commercial radio, they don't even have instruments anymore. So yeah, day 5 won't be long, and I'll be cracking into the mountain culture one. I think the mountain culture one starts around December 9, somewhere like that. But yeah, this CARWYN CELLARS can vent box. I mean, it is a bit spendy, but I just think it's great. Like, it's something I enjoy having every year. I don't care what people say about Advent boxes. I mean, a lot of people that talk about Advent boxes, they're not used to the ones that we have here in Australia. Like, most of ours are good quality. They're not just fucking shitty old core range beers that distributors are trying to get rid of. Jimmy, how you going, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, like most, well, we do have some like that, but the two that I do, they're like worth it. You pay money for them, but they're good shit. The fact that a bar can rally up 25 different brewers and get them to brew beers just for the calendar, you like know that it's going to be decent. And they pick out decent breweries. They don't go for anything shit. So every beer I've had so far, there's only been 5. It's all been like pretty good. I think my average score so far out of the 5 is about a 4.3 out of 5. So goes to show the quality. How's that snow going, Jimmy? Here I am. It's actually quite warm today. I think it's going to be early 30s. I'm just about to do a trek to the supermarket. I've been having trouble with my bank card all week, and they want me to go and try it again. It's like trial, fail, trial, fail. Been on the phone all week in my holidays. It's driven me nuts. All I want to do is just get to the supermarket today and it works. As soon as it works, I'm withdrawing cash and knowing that I'm right for at least the next 4 or 5 days. I've got like a huge beer event in Melbourne tomorrow, so I'm like stressing that my card's not going to work before then. Yeah, I could imagine. You've had some good photos. It would be tough weather to deal with, but it sure looks fucking awesome. Yeah, I did a stream last night, like early hours of the night. I mean, late hours of the night, early hours of the morning. I did 6 beers, and yeah, went for like 3 hours. I just got like just talking shit to people. It was good. But yeah, I woke up this morning. I was like, "Ooh, I've got a bit of a hangover. I need to keep sleeping." I got a message before saying I've got a package arriving soon. I'm hoping I've got some American hype stuff coming. By they're called Forward Hops. They're a distributor from, I think they're from Perth, but they happen to get all the real good, all heaps of good stuff from America. And yeah, they do this mystery box thing, and you pay a bit of coin. It's like fairly expensive, but for what you get, I find it's actually pretty good value for money. And yeah, you got no idea what you're going to get, but you normally get like some real epic shit. I just think it's cool. When I get it, I'll do like an unboxing. Hmm. So that's the stout done. And thank you to Carwyn for putting a dark beer in the first 5 because I was getting a little worried. So yeah, so far we've had a triple IPA, like a triple West Coast IPA, a Fajoa double IPA, a blended like wild ale with like hibiscus and tea, and then yesterday was the Christmas tree IPA. And today's like a stout with vanilla beans. So it's been pretty good combo. Yeah. So as far as the score goes for this one, I'm going to say, which is, I've got a feeling this will put this equal first so far. I'm going to say 4.4 out of 5. So I'm pretty sure that's what I gave the Christmas tree IPA yesterday. But yeah, if this was an imperial version, this would be right up there. Imperial version, barrel age, thicker body. This could be like elite level. I think they've got their stout recipe like down pat. So yeah, it was like quite roasty. The vanilla cut through slightly, but it made it like balance out really well. Yeah, you got characters of like coffee, dark chocolate, a touch of caramel, and then like a little hint of dark fruit as well. Yeah, and like real smooth body. Very, very nice. So yeah, cheers, Slow Lane. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's time to go see if this bloody card's working. Because I want to go to Melbourne tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for those that's chimed in. And for those that watch back later, let us know what your thoughts are on vanilla in beers. For me, it's number one. Cheers, guys, and we'll see you on the next.